Hi guys, and welcome to our second episode of Neighbors at Night. My name's Stephanie Cox,
My name's Nate Weber.
and I do just want to apologize already that I am sick, so I'm gonna sound like garbage.
Hey, it's all good. It's all good.
Yeah,
It's cold out today.
It's freezing out today.
It's cold.
I wore like this fuzzy jacket that basically acts like a coat with my regular winter coat on, my hat. I got layers. I was still like freezing cold. It's insane.
I wear this jacket like every single day when I go to class, and every time that I walk to class, I realize, damn, this is a bad mistake because I'm freezing every single day.
Do you not have a winter coat?
I mean, I do. It's just like I just haven't gotten to that point yet where I've like gotten it out of my closet.
I think today would have been that point.
Yeah, it was.
Do you when you wake up in the morning, do you just like look at the weather to see? Do you ever look at the weather to see like how?
Sometimes, like, usually, like, I wake up, go to the bathroom, shower, and then like I look outside, like from like my door, cause like there's a window like right outside my bedroom. I look out, and it's snowy. Then I'm like, shit, but I don't know. So I mean, yes and no, kind of. I just am just an idiot, and I wear the same jacket every single day. So
that's like the one thing I do is like right when I get up in the morning, I'm like, all right, let's see like what the weather's like, so I actually know what to wear.
Yeah, that's such an adult thing to do, Steph. I'm proud of you. I haven't gotten to that point in my life.
I mean, you haven't gotten to the point where you have to take out your winter coat.
Hey, you know, it's all good.
All right, so today we're actually gonna talk about college, as promised in our last episode. If you watched it,
I agree. I think we should just take the time to say we got over 100 views on our first podcast.
That was the goal. And we did it.
Are we gonna make it big time? Probably not. But you know, we're having a great time, so it doesn't matter. Neighbors at night, baby. Let's do it.
No, before our first episode, I was saying like, oh, we should get like mugs that say Neighbors at Night or whatever. I think we should do that. Or what you said.
Oh yeah. So for anybody that's an Office fan out there, if you're not, I don't know what the hell you're doing with your life. Watch it every single day at some point. Like Michael Scott, he has his mug that says "World's Best Boss," and he bought it for himself. So I think we should definitely like put some change to the side and just make ourselves some World's Best Podcast mugs. So yeah, but sorry.
So yeah, thank you for watching.
We appreciate it so much.
All right, so I guess I'll start off with our actual topic today. Oh. And I guess I don't know if a lot of people know this who are watching, but so I'm an e-media major right now, but I was actually originally a nursing major, which is kind of weird.
It's kind of two sides of the spectrum. That's
right.
Far off, yeah.
Right. Well, because when I was applying, I just started this class my senior year. I was in TV production. It was like my favorite class ever. I loved it. So when I was applying, I was like, wait, like this is pretty cool. But I also have been like wanting to do nursing like throughout my entire high school career.
Yeah.
So
you were in sorry to keep cutting you off, but you were in Mrs. Are we allowed to name? I don't care. Mrs. Charles's class?
Yep, I was in biomed for like the 3 years that it went through and did all of that stuff. And when I was applying, I feel like the only reason I got into nursing here at UC was because I applied early and they like gave me an interview, and I think that was the only reason I got in for nursing, because my ACT score was the worst. And so
wait, time out. What did you get on your ACT?
I don't remember.
If you feel comfortable,
it was like the low 20s for sure.
Okay.
I can't remember what it was because it doesn't matter now.
I mean, yeah.
But I'm surprised I don't remember because it stressed me out for months.
It don't matter. We in this.
Right. But yeah, the only reason I got in was from that interview, I swear. But right when I started college, I was just like, nursing sucks. Why did I stress out over this? Was UC your first choice?
No, so like that's kind of like, bear with me to the people that are watching. my mom and dad. Thank you guys for watching. Two of our very loyal viewers. No, so I kind of had a story. Not like a story. I don't know, just kind of, I guess, a journey of like how I picked a college. So I don't know if you remember this, but do you remember? Do you ever remember me like wanting to go into like the military academies and stuff?
Oh yeah, yeah.
So yeah, that was like a big part of my first 2 years of high school. Cause and I want to preface this. I talked to my parents about this, and we kind of agreed. I wouldn't necessarily consider myself book smart. I would consider myself, I don't know what you want to categorize it as, street smart or whatever. I don't know how you want to say it.
Common sense.
Common sense. I mean, yeah, actually, I don't know about common sense.
I know. I was like, as I was saying, and I was like, wait.
Yeah. So no, but the one thing that I can kind of like give myself credit to in high school, so I wasn't the smartest kid, but I worked my ass off. I got straight A's my first 2 years of high school, and I was full-blown Naval Academy, Military Academy at West Point, something like that. And then finally, so it came to I don't know if it was my junior going into senior year or anything like that, but like I went to something, I don't know if you remember this either, it's called Buckeye Boys State. Do you remember like that?
I remember you going to that,
It was like a week-long like political camp at Miami University in Oxford. But yeah, it was really cool because like that's when I started to realize I was like, okay, like this might not be a good option for me anymore. And the reason why I said this is because my roommate from last year, I met him at Buckeye Boys State. His name's Connor Johan. Nice to see you, bud. But he got a 31 on his ACT. And I'll be honest, the highest, I probably took the ACT 5 times. 20, 21, 20, 21, 22. 22 was magic.
Right for
22 was a magic number. And so I realized I'm at this Buckeye Boys State, and there's a college fair or whatever. So I go up to the West Point booth or whatever. They said, yeah, it's really competitive. And I was like, oh, okay, like whatever. I'm going to apply. Then I realized, and then fast forward to senior year, I get a letter in the mail from West Point. I'm like, what the hell is this? I got rejected by West Point without ever even applying. So, like, that just goes to show, like, I was like, oh, shit. And I was like, this is not an option. So, like, I don't know. But granted, though, like, I feel like, as funny as that is, after I kind of realized, like, the competitiveness, and this is kind of bad on my part, because I easily could have been like, screw it, like, this is what I want to do. I'm going to work my ass off. I feel like I kind of laid back, because I was like, 22 ACT. I was like, there's no way in hell I'm going to get in there. So I kind of, like, lost that, like, I wouldn't say dream, but that, like, that goal. Because, I mean, even today, I still want to join the military. I'm kind of going through, like, this whole ROTC process thing that I'm trying to join. But, yeah, so basically, I know I kind of strayed off the beaten path there. But UC was not my first choice. It wasn't at all. I applied to 2 schools, actually. UC in Miami. And if you want me to be honest, I mean, I love UC. I love the campus. I love, like, the campus life and whatever. But the reason why, like, I feel like I went to UC is because I wanted to apply to 3 schools. I wanted to apply to Miami, UC, and OU. I never officially applied to OU. But, so I applied to Miami and UC, and I got waitlisted at Miami. So then I stress about every single thing. My parents are probably at home right now laughing because they're like, yeah, you're right. So as soon as I saw, like, I got waitlisted at Miami, I was like, holy crap. I was like, there's no way in hell. I was like, so as soon as I got my acceptance letter from UC, I was like, I don't care, I'm going there. And then after I took, like, a couple more visits to make sure, I fell in love with UC and I fell in love with the campus and stuff like that. But yeah, that was kind of my college, whatever, my college journey, if you want to say. But yeah, that's my claim to fame. I got rejected from West Point without ever applying.
Interesting.
I don't know how many people can say that. But yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, actually, UC was my first choice. Mainly because I was like, wow, like, the nursing program's so great. Like, it's close enough to home where, like, I don't know. I applied to Toledo.
Did you really?
Here, and Good Sam. I'm so glad I didn't go to Good Sam because I would have been screwed realizing that I did not want to be in nursing.
Like, I'm not going to name any names, but it was crazy. I mean, we can name one. our neighbor Kyle, wherever the camera is, our neighbor Kyle, um, texted him last night actually. He went to Good Sam, but do you remember like him and like two other like, I mean I don't want to like narrow it down, but like two other girls or shoot, two other people that graduated from Harrison, our high school, like they dropped out within like the first semester because it was just like,
I mean,
like, and Kyle's a smart dude. So
yeah, I mean, yeah, it's hard, but it's also like you get there and it's just almost like, I don't want to do this. Because, like, when you're in nursing, it's like you're going to be a nurse, you know, and nothing else. Because, like, now in e-media, it's like you can do anything, you know? But nursing, it's like you get in there and it's just like, I don't think I want to do nursing. And there's, like, no other options.
Yeah,
so, like, that's the only thing you can do is, like, switch or drop out if you go to, like, a nursing school.
I was about to say that the one thing I didn't realize about nursing, too, until, like, Kyle, like, was kind of, like, starting in the process to, like, be able to graduate or whatever. I didn't realize this. I give nurses props a lot. I mean, I obviously knew that they, like there were night shifts and stuff like that. But, like, even as a student, like, you go to class from, like, this time to this time. You may be able to go home for, like, a couple hours, and then like, you have to, what are they, clinicals, whatever?
Yeah.
Then you have to go there and do, like, an 8-hour shift and, like, maybe have, like, class the next day. So, like, yeah, dude, nursing's wild.
They're
like,
insane.
Yeah.
But, yeah, when I was in nursing, literally the whole semester, I was just like, is this what I want to do? Am I really sitting through these classes to do something that, like, I'm not really sure I even want? And I was just overthinking this entire semester. And finally, I was just like, you know what if I switched? And then once I got that thought in my head, I was like, I could not get it out. I was like, I want to switch. I need to switch to something that's not, like, awful. Like, I really did not like it. It's definitely for a lot of people, but not for me. And, you know, I switched into e-media. Last semester was actually my first semester, like, technically in e-media.
Yeah.
And ever since, I'm just like, I can't imagine being in, like, anywhere else. Like, this is where I want to be. This is what I want to do. I enjoy all of the classes that I'm in.
That's good.
It's like, I'm so glad I switched. And I feel like it's hard for a lot of people, like, making that decision, because it's almost like, oh, I'm, you know, starting off new. But once you do, you're going to thank yourself.
Like, honestly, like, not trying to, like, steal, like, the limelight from you, because I know, like, I'm probably going to go into, like, my whole, like, what I ended up picking to do as my major. But, like, it's crazy that, like, I mean, it's, like, the typical, like, cliche, like, oh, like, it's okay if you don't know, like, what you want to do, like, you're only 18. But, like, and I was, every time someone would tell me that, I'd be like, okay, like, shut up, this is what I want to do. But, like, I can tell you now, like, from just personal experience and from you, because I remember last year you were telling me about it because you were super pumped up about it. You were like, yeah, e-media and stuff like that. But it's crazy just to see, like, how many times people can switch their majors. And honestly, if people, like, go into college and, like, don't switch their major, like, I give them props because, like,
they already knew what they wanted to do, like, pretty much.
And I don't know. And I feel bad for people that, like, go through college that, like, are like, well, shit, I wanted to be a lawyer for, like, me, i.e. me. Wanted to be a lawyer for, like, 3 years. I realized, like, 4 years into college, that's not what I want to do. But now you're stuck with a law degree. So, like, or a pre-law, whatever, certificate. I don't know. But to me, that's just crazy. I don't know how people are expected.
So, what was, like, the major you applied for originally?
So, kind of, like, similar. I didn't get an interview, but similar to you. So, I got accepted into UC as a criminal justice major. I had no aspirations of doing that. Like, I'll be honest, like, because the reason why I mentioned the law thing is because I was kind of making fun of myself, is because, like, for the longest time ever, like, I wanted to be a lawyer and, like, fell in love with court cases, fell in love with, like, I mean, I don't think this is too controversial, but, like, the whole, like, O.J. Simpson case, like, the documentary on Netflix. Did you watch that?
I didn't watch it, but I know what you're talking
like,
about.
No, I'm not lying. Even if you're, like, not, like, a law person whatsoever, like, it's it's crazy, and I think you should watch it. But so like I don't know, like I got into UC in criminal justice. Was like, okay, like that's not what I want to do. So like accepted my position. Then I declared I was exploratory, which to people out watching wherever you guys are, it's a fancy word for undecided. It's not a major. Um, and I don't know, but I was exploratory with a focus on wanting to get into business school.
Mm-hmm.
And kind of that's the whole story or whatever. Not gonna lie, gonna get kind of weird, not sentimental, but like I definitely feel like in high school, nothing but respect to any of my teachers, and like I feel like I kind of have to be careful because I have like the utmost respect for DECA and like the thing it does for like its students. But in high school, I kind of took DECA as a class, and like just sitting in like DECA classes, you're kind of like
DECA, for anyone who doesn't know, is pretty much business classes.
Business classes, and like you go to like a business competition.
Yeah, well, DECA is the actual competition.
Yeah.
That you didn't call that, like, what was the actual class called?
Was like business foundations, marketing, stuff like that.
Because like I was in biomed, but then I joined HOSA, which was like the competitions for like medical, like future medical like professionals or whatever.
Yeah. So like
go on.
No, like so like my thing was it's like, oh well, I'm taking these business classes in high school. I was like, I'm gonna go into business school, whatever. I didn't get accepted to business school. Long story short, applying to UC, but then you can apply to get in once you're a student. All my friends make fun of me. I didn't do too hot in one of my math classes, my first semester. So I couldn't get into the UC business program like that year.
People made fun of you?
I mean, it was college algebra, which is like one of the lowest math classes that you can take. But yeah, so I didn't do too hot. I didn't fail it. That's a big That's a big thing I want people to realize. I didn't fail it. I didn't get a good enough grade to like be accepted into business school. But so like after that, like I finished a year with like exploratory and something, and then I remember I was like, dude, this sucks. I was like, everyone knows what they want to do, like I don't, and I'm kind of feeling like this internal pressure of like, dude, like you're 19, like pick something that you want to do with your life. And then God love him, Jake, I love you, everything. He's my brother, by the way, if you guys don't remember. He majored in communications at DePaul University or University of DePaul. I don't know. And he got a job like right out of college, and I was like, oh. And I was like, of course, I don't want to disclose like his salary. I mean, I don't think he'll care, but still, like, I feel like he was making decent money coming out of college. You know, definitely would want to work your way up, obviously, but like, and I was like, he gets to work in a cool like building downtown. I was like, oh, that sounds like something fun. Then so I was like, okay, I'm gonna declare communications. And then over the summer, I'm like, yeah, communications. And like me, I kind of was like, oh yeah, communications. Nothing against communications majors. I feel like it's one of the most broad like majors, or vague. Is that the right word? I don't know. One of the most unspecific like majors you can get.
It's something you can do like anything with, but it's not like you have like a specific training on like one thing. You know what I mean? So like it's good for if you like have a lot of things in mind of like what you want to do when you graduate, but it's like you're gonna have to kind of still learn about like what you're doing. Does that make sense?
Yeah, like and like that's what I mean. Like, long story short, I switched my major again, because I finally, kind of like you, I had that like epiphany moment in class last semester. I was sitting in my communications class. Nothing was wrong with the class. It was actually really like fun class. I was just sitting there, and I was like, dude, what the hell am I doing? I was like, I'm sitting in a communications class for my major, looking up internships at zoos and like environmental companies and stuff like that. I'm like, so I was like, all right, like I think it's time to switch. And then, so basically, I talked to my parents, got their opinions on it, and I'm majoring in environmental studies now, which is cool because, again, it's a little more narrow, I feel like, but I can do like other things with it.
Yeah.
Like, if you go to the UC curriculum online, not that anyone's going to do it, just a heads up if you guys are interested. The jobs, like you can park ranger, game warden, zoologist, zookeeper, stuff like that. And then obviously, I don't want to go into my zookeeping days.
That's kind of funny because
Yeah.
the movie, is it called Zookeeper
Yeah.
or something?
With
Yeah.
Kevin James.
Yeah, and I'm like, that's Nate.
Yeah.
That is Nate.
Are we gonna talk about the fact that the guy's like 40, alone, talks to animals all the time in the movie? But hey, it's all good. No, but yeah, that's a good movie. But yeah, like that was my moment. I was like, okay, like, and I'm not gonna. I got some nudges from like some friends of mine too, like.
That's good. I think that's a good major for you because
Yeah.
like you've always been interested in something like that. So
Yeah. Oh, let's crack. Hello. Puberty. JK. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, it's something I'm interested in. And like I said, like, it definitely, like, opened my eyes to, like, a different, like, other things. Like, if I want to go the office route, which at this point I don't, there's some good companies out there that deal with, like, zoning and stuff like that, construction and stuff, like, services like that, based out of Cincinnati, I believe, which is actually really cool. But I mean, as of now, like, I like being outside. I like animals and stuff like that. So
Mhm.
maybe like along the lines of like a zoologist or like a game warden, definitely meet the eye test. They look cool, and I definitely think I can do it. So
yeah,
I mean, but yeah,
I can see you doing something like that for sure.
oh yeah,
But yeah, so you kind of feel like you found your place.
yeah, I do like yeah, like I would definitely say. Sorry, I'm just kind of like trying to word it right. I don't want to say I didn't enjoy college my first
Right.
year because I had too much fun, way too much fun. but I
But
think
school wise,
I'm not gonna lie. Like I told my parents, I said there's times where I hate school and I
Yeah.
wish I would have gone a different route.
Mm-hmm. How do you feel about that now?
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Like tough days, I'm like, because mind you, this is kind of like I don't know. I'm kind of going off the path a little bit again. I've always had this passion to want to serve in the military, serve my country, and it's kind of weird because all my best friends, all my friends, are in the military,
Yeah.
and it's kind of hard hearing hearing like they do. And granted, they say yeah, it's tough at times,
Yeah.
but I mean, there's times every now and then I'm like, man, like I wonder what I'd be like right now if I would have went that route. But then other times I'm like, this is where I'm supposed to be.
Mm-hmm.
I'm enjoying it. I still am. Which is, and then again, why like I'm trying to join ROTC because it's best of both worlds right now.
Yeah.
So, but
Yeah, that's good. I don't think I ever have thought like, man, what would it be like if I was like in nursing right now? But like, I would think that in a bad way. Like, God, I would hate it right now. I'd have to be like doing clinicals and stuff right now. I mean, I do still have like my busy days. Because especially with like Bearcast and like BTV and stuff, I'll, have class all morning and then like shoots, meetings, more
Yeah.
shoots. And like those are the days where I just like go home just like, man.
I say,
But like it's totally worth it.
your busy days are crazy. 'Cause,
Yeah.
like, I see it on Snapchat and stuff. Like to people watching, like Steph is a champ because. Like you don't. I feel like you don't have to do a lot of things, but I feel like you help a lot of people out in like the Bearcast.
Right. Because I enjoy it.
Well, yeah.
Because I like doing it. And I actually, I am going to be entering a film festival. Shout out Clark and Mike. We just like did this yesterday.
Was it was it the one in the bathroom?
Huh? No.
Oh.
No, that's for Cincinnati. Cincinnati for
R.I.P. to my Cincinnati career.
Cincinnati is actually, we're going to be posting the video on Saturday. So I'm super excited for the first episode. But yeah, that's something that I've been working on too, is all those shoots, which is like insane.
I was going to say, you definitely do a lot.
We're doing a lot this semester with like green screens and stuff like that. So we did like different studio shots and everything. But
so you guys are
it's
legit.
crazy.
You guys are big time.
We're getting there.
Oh,
We're
yeah.
getting there. But yeah, eMedia is just so great, and like for like networking and like teamwork and everything. Like you just will go up to someone like who's good in audio and be like, hey, like can you like help me with this? 'Cause like I'm good in video, like that kind of thing. And then like especially being in CCM, like doing like a short film or something, you reach out to like the acting majors and be like, hey, would you be interested in being in my short film? Because you get them to do something for you while you're giving them something to put on their resume or like their portfolio.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's great. And I think it just helps anyone in the long run, and things to put in your portfolio and everything. Like, it's crazy.
That's big. That's big time.
Yeah.
Film festivals. I don't know. Do you remember my short movie from high school?
The tennis thing?
Yeah.
Was you just joined that your senior year? Or
With all due respect to tennis players and coaches, I joined tennis to have fun. And out of my tennis season, I created a video, a short movie. And can we link it? I don't know. Actually, that's just too much work. I don't really care.
It's not very good quality.
It's not at all. I don't know.
Now.
Stephanie, she put my Twitter and stuff.
Yeah, I link our Twitters at the end.
So yeah, if you guys want to check out my tennis video, go look at my Twitter. It's definitely
it's interesting.
not professional.
It's not professional whatsoever.
And I do the craziest thing.
Well, you just like edit it in iMovie.
Oh yeah, the most basic.
Like the screen like goes from like the top, like the vertical, and then the horizontal at times.
Yeah. So like, I don't know if you like realize this. Like I don't know if people realize this. Like all the footage, like. This is me with a good friend of mine. We were doubles partners, Jared News Cable. That's your only shout out, buddy. So don't get used to it. We were the worst. I don't want to say teammate. We were respectful. I would say that. I would say we were respectful. We definitely, I don't know. We definitely didn't follow the rules of tennis very well. I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. But the thing is that all of like the shots that were like taken. And that like short little movie that I made were all during our practice. So like you have me like dancing, like doing something crazy with tennis and stuff like that, and then like you can see the coach in the background like with a huddle around people, like trying to show them something that's like obviously going to help better them in like their tennis game, and then I could just not. That's
actually kind of funny because you joined that just to have fun or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
And my senior year, I joined like the spring musical because they needed people, and then I was just like, oh, that'll be fun. And then I got to like just hang out with like my two favorite like teachers.
Yeah.
And and now I even like have a job at the auditorium as a sound and lighting tech. So like I was like once behind the scenes, and then now I'm like actually there doing everything. And
so you're running the show, kind of.
What, as like the musicals?
Yeah.
Like, I mean I haven't yet.
I mean, but still, like, let's say if like you were to mess up, like, would it be noticed in the musical?
It depends
how
big
God
the
forbid
mess
you mess up.
If I turn off all the lights.
Oh.
That I mean, I wouldn't do that, but like that's something that could mess up something. I don't know.
I was just saying.
But
yeah. Speaking about teachers, I don't know. Did you have another point you want to get in on? I would just say, like, speaking about, like, college and stuff, because I know, like, it's different from, like, college to college, because a lot of people are like, I don't want to sit in a lecture hall with 400 people, which, by the way, it's not that bad. Like,
I mean, it's not that bad because you don't really get picked on, but I didn't like it because I'm more of, like, a, like, hands-on kind of, and, like, being able, like, the teacher being able to, like, answer your questions and, like, come help and stuff. I
guess the reason why like I didn't really mind it is because like you know what I'm talking like in Zimmer, like the giant the giant auditorium.
Yeah, that's where I had anatomy at. And every day I'd just be like, why am I sitting in here?
Like I didn't think it was that bad just because like I had a couple classes. I had marketing, I have chemistry now, and then I had another I had another business class like my freshman year, and like a giant like hall or whatever. But I didn't think it was that bad just because like. You have, like, TA stuff, like, running around, like, helping you out and stuff like that. So, I don't know.
That's true. But I just think about because I had that big lecture hall for anatomy, and I didn't like it. Yeah. I think anatomy is super interesting and super cool, but it's, like, also, like, getting all the way into, like, how your muscles, like, work pretty much, and
Yeah.
it's just like all like crazy, and I'm just like, I don't like this. I don't like being in this huge lecture hall. I feel like I'm not learning.
Yeah.
I never liked it just because like the classes that I've had in it just like ruined it for
True.
me.
Yeah.
But now like e-media classes are relatively small.
I was gonna say sometimes
Like-
you post like you're like, yo, like class
I-
of 16
Yeah,
people.
no. I have my new media 2 class. So we just learn like how to code from scratch,
Mhm.
which is like, it's one of my favorite classes. I love it. I think it's super interesting, and I learn something like every day. There's 6 of us in that class. 6 people,
Jeez.
which is great because like when like something's not working like on your page, something's broken, like the teacher will just stop and be like, all right, I'm coming to help, because like you're able to just move with the class, and then like if someone gets stuck, you can easily just fix it, and then like we're good. So
Really?
like
I mean, I feel like that's definitely beneficial. Like
for certain classes,
yeah,
for
for
sure,
certain classes.
for sure.
It'd
But
be kind of awkward though if like you just like didn't get along with like any of your classmates.
I mean, I'm not in class. I just normally like keep to myself
Yeah.
and like learn and do my thing for the most part. So it's not that bad. And
So you can probably guess I'm like the total opposite. Like if I'm sitting next to someone for an entire semester, you're gonna be my best friend.
yeah, I remember we had AP Lit together, and you sat next to me, and you just would always be talking,
Yeah.
and
Yeah. But the one thing I wanted to like, because like obviously we're talking about college, like a lot of the things are like high school's not like college, like like that's not gonna fly in college or whatever. I want to ask you like what is like your one like what's like your biggest memory, like good or bad, from like, a college professor?
my favorite memory.
Good or bad, like the one memory that like stuck with you, because I have a pretty good story.
Why don't you tell yours first so I
Okay.
can think?
So I'm not gonna disclose like the subject or like the name of the teacher, just because like I don't know if he'd be pissed. Could you hear that?
Just go
Okay,
on.
I'm just saying, like you know him most likely because
Okay.
it's in this building. But so it was like I mentioned before, I definitely had a learning curve of like how to work hard and play hard. Like last year, my first year, I definitely was having a lot more fun than I was doing schoolwork, which was something that I needed to learn how to like, I don't know what's the right word, not process, but to manage, time management, stuff like that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, so like that was my big thing. And I remember I took a class that I was definitely new to, and it's related to your world right now. So obviously I'm going to tell you, but just for people watching, like that's the biggest hint I'm going to give. And we had stuff where we'd learn, he'd do a lecture, we'd take notes, and then we'd be hands-on. And I had no idea what I was doing, because we were handling equipment that was worth $5,000, $10,000, and I don't want to do something where it's going to like end up damaging the equipment. So not 3 days, I would say a good week before the end of the semester and before exams, I get an email from this professor saying, hey, just want to let you know, because I emailed him first. I said, hey, when's the exam? He's like, this is exam. And just a little PS. He literally put PS and wrote like an entire freaking paragraph. I was like, that's not a PS, dude. I was like, just make sure, put it in the whole email. But he basically said, just so you know, even though your grade stands as follows, I'm not going to be giving that to you, because your participation in class and the way you goof off in class does not show this grade. And I'm sitting there, I'm like, holy shit. I'm like, sorry, Mom. My mom mentioned I cussed a lot, so.
Yeah, your mom texted me, was like, tell Nate to watch his mouth.
Yeah. So, and I was like, because I feel like I've always been, even though I've always been outgoing and like kind of weird and goofy, like I've always been very respectful. Like when it comes to a time where like, I don't know.
Go on.
But when it comes to like that stuff, I've always been like respectful to like teachers and stuff like that. And for this guy to be like, hey, like, you didn't take the class seriously, like, you're not getting this grade. It was like a big wake-up call for me. And I ended up settling it because I did participate and I did pay attention. And I just had to put that in front of them. Like, hey, I did this and here's the proof. But it was just crazy to me because, like, that was, like, my first oh shit moment of college because I was like, this guy is not, like, going to let it fly. And I don't know, it was just crazy to me because he was basically saying, and me, this is a testament to my parents because they raised me right. After the exam, I walked up to him and I said, hey, I shook his hand and I said, hey, thank you for teaching this semester. And I'm sorry we got off on the wrong foot. And this is kind of funny. He's like, he looks at me, doesn't say thank you, doesn't say anything. Shakes my hand, he says, Nate, I hope you find out what you want to do in life. And I was like, the hell is that supposed to mean, dude?
Good advice.
And I was like, yeah. I was like, shit, but I don't know.
You know, I really can't think of a big story because, like, I'm pretty good with following rules and, like, getting my, like, assignments in and everything. So I'm going to go ahead and say we'll wrap up after that great advice that teacher told you.
Bingo. Hell yeah.
So thank you for watching, guys. Really appreciate our set goal of 100 views for the first episode.
150 question mark? Can we get there?
I think we can.
What did we get? 140? 120?
We got 140 last time.
Okay, yeah, we can definitely get
this
more.
time 150? Maybe.
And if it need to be, I'll go in the computer lab and just look up YouTube on every single computer.
Just keep playing.
Yeah.
All right, well, I just want to thank Bearcast and BTV, and also a shout out to Jameson Wendell for switching for us today and being awesome. So thank you. That's all for this episode. We'll see you next week then. Anything else?
Should we do an ASMR episode? I just got to put that out there. We should.
Yeah, let us know.
Like, let us know. By the way, maybe in the upcoming weeks we're gonna do some different set designs. So you could catch us in the Amazon or underwater, or on the Pyramid of Giza.
We'll talk about it.
Green screen. All right, let's do
Great.
it.
All right, see you guys.
Mistakes I make, they don't get in my way. People say I gotta lose weight, but what do I care? I'm just doing my hair. Just bought me a brand new pair. Air Force Ones, oh yeah. Yeah. People gonna talk on the regular, but they didn't know that I'm irregular. I'm the star of my own movie, the main character. Yeah. So what do you say? Catch me walking down the street like I'm a supermodel. I'm a supermodel. It don't matter what they say, I'm a supermodel.